Okay, we should be live again. I didn't actually do anything to improve the signal other than just restart. I mean, sometimes it helps, sometimes it doesn't. I wish people would remove the snow from their vehicles. It's really a safety issue. Do I see something? Maybe not. I see a bunch of birds flying around. I wonder if they're horned larks. Are they horned larks? What are they? Hold on a second. I'm not sure what they are. Shoot. Are they gonna land? What are they doing? They're smaller birds. Oh, come on. You have to land behind me? Okay, hold on. We've got cars coming, which may, yep, as predicted, frighten them off. Hold on. I want to turn around. Maybe we'll get a better look. They were behind me. I don't know what they were. Smaller birds of some sort. A good flock of them. I wonder if they were snow buntings? I don't know. I want to approach slowly because I don't know where they even are. Whatever they are, I'd love to get a look at them. Oh, and in the air I see that's a crow. I don't see that flock of birds. Let me stop here and look around. Hold on. I don't know where they went. They may have been horned larks. They may have been... I don't know what they were. And I don't know where they went. All I know is I want to see them again, and I want to see them a lot better than I did. Well, I think I know where they are, but they're not close. Let's see if we can get a look at them anyway. They're far away, and I don't know if we'll be able to identify them or not. They're in there somewhere. Hold on, let me look at binoculars. Well, I don't see them now with binoculars. I wouldn't necessarily be able to identify them with by using my binoculars, but I was hoping to at least see that they were there. I don't see them now. They were there a moment ago. Let me keep looking. steady wind. It's not high speed wind, but it's steady, unfortunately, making things feel colder. I don't know where those birds went. I don't see them. That's unfortunate. I would have liked to have learned what they were. Alright, let's turn around and we'll continue. Maybe we'll get another look. Turn around right here. So far, this has not been our best tour. We're, not seeing anything really. Well, we did see the horned larks, but I didn't see them as, as well as I would like. And I would definitely like to see, more. But it's winter, so I mean, this isn't all that surprising. I guess it's not technically winter, but seems like winter to me. Now, last year, and there have been no reports to my knowledge so far, but last year, a snowy owl or two had been seen in this area, but this is a large area, so it's not necessarily easy to see anybody. And we did have the occasion of luck to see one. Hope I don't get stuck in this muck. In some ways, the sighting here that we had last year of the snowy owl, and I wasn't the one who found it by any means, someone pointed it out to me, but I would say in some ways it was my best look at a snowy owl, in terms of just the quality of look between the lighting and everything. It wasn't the closest look. That took place just off of Wildlife Drive. Let's get. Hold on. There's a truck coming, or actually, it's not a truck. I am kind of stuck here. Okay, good. All right, we're going to just continue on. One thing, obviously, with the snow on the ground, if there's an owl on the ground, the owl is going to be blending in much more readily than it would if, when the ground was dry. Not much activity here, though, that I've seen. Would have loved to have seen what that flock of small birds was, but it wasn't in the cards, I guess. I've said before that, with Wildlife Drive closed for winter, I used to think it wasn't worth coming up here. I mean, there's not as much to be seen and everything, but there are things to see, and we've seen some, we've had some wonderful looks at things last winter. We certainly did, and so it makes me think that it is worth coming up here, especially if I'm already nearby, as I was today. Now, we may leave the Montezuma area thinking that was, a waste of time. We didn't see anything today. That's very possible. Up ahead, we're on East Road right now. Up ahead, I really anticipate seeing little or nothing in the marsh down below, because it's probably frozen over or covered with snow, or a combination of both. But you never know. We may see something of interest. I guess really to think about it is, I mean, in the warmer months, you can almost always expect to see something. And then occasionally you see something, really special, out of the ordinary, whatever. Now we're maybe relying more on the out of the ordinary or special in some way. Maybe we see a rough-legged hawk, for instance. That would be great to see, and that's the kind of thing we don't see in July. Down below, things are covered with white. So if I had to guess, things had frozen over quite a bit, and then were snowed upon. And in fact, I don't know if we'll even drive into the viewing area, because it looks like it hasn't been, and I don't expect it to be, but it looks like it was not plowed, and I don't want to get stuck in that. Take a quick look with binoculars, though, to see if there's any. I see a few crows. 6 crows in the air. But otherwise, down below, I don't see anything besides snow and ice. Maybe add another crow. And something else flew into... Hold on a sec. These wires are going to drive me to drink. I wonder if that's a red-winged blackbird? I don't know. I don't know. Where'd it go? No. Looks like a blue jay. Okay. But you can see down below, it's just covered with snow. So we're going to move right along. I'll keep my eyes out just in case there's anything down there. But I don't see any activity at all. I think the crows are landing. Well, there are more crows on the ground. But that's... Well, actually, it looks like there might be quite a few crows. We'll see if we can take a quick look at them in a minute. They're not easily seen because of the vegetation, and looking, you might even be able to see up ahead and to our right, looks like there are crows on the ground, and some are making their way over to the other side of the road. few crows by the looks of things. Jeez, everything gets caught everywhere, wire-wise. So these, I'm looking to the right of the road right now, and there may be more, I believe, over here, but and then down below, there's some here. Are those crows? Yeah. And then more down that way. We're going to continue on. But I don't see any other species down there. I maybe could and should take a look with binoculars, see if there's anything else. I don't happen to see anything else down there. Okay. I'm tempted to turn around. I hate to bother these crows that are near the road, around the road. Oh, and I see some ducks in the air. Not sure what kind. And I'm not going to find out either. If they're heading that way. I don't know how things work in terms of harvesting corn, but some of these cornfields look like they haven't been harvested yet, and I'm surprised. Now up ahead I see vehicles pulled over to the side. I wonder why. Are they bird watchers? Are they seeing something special? I don't know. I wouldn't mind seeing something special. I like seeing things that are special. Well, I see what looks like tripod legs. I wonder if something is special in the area. Hello. Anything special around?
We haven't seen anything special now.
Oh, okay.
We were looking at a hawk thinking it might be a rough-legged, but it turned out to be a red-tailed.
Okay. Take care. Good luck. Well, red-tailed are special, but just not out of the ordinary. I mean, you know, we have not seen any sign of sandhill cranes or things like that, so maybe everybody's moved along after that snowfall. haven't even seen any eagles flying around here today. I did see eagles on my way here. So this channel we're over right now is largely covered with snow and ice. And then I believe the next one was open. And I see down below, it's probably a merganser if I had to guess. Looks like it. That looks like a common merganser. And then in the distance there were Canada geese. But not much else. There had been quite a few mergansers last week, but I'm not seeing that kind of activity this week. And this channel seems to be pretty much covered with snow. We'll drive into Mays Point just to look around, just a little bit, you never know. The pool seems to be either frozen or at least covered with snow. So maybe it's not solid, but I'm not going to have any waterfowl. But there could still be some kind of interesting activity, you never know. So that's why we'll just take a quick drive through. Do I expect to see red-headed woodpeckers? No. Didn't see any in the warmer months. I don't know why I'd expect to see them now. I don't even know if they migrate, quite honestly. I should look. All I know is I didn't see one at all, not one this year. Not one. Now, I don't anticipate going to the tower at Shockey Pool. We haven't been doing that lately. And that's because basically, you know, everything was overgrown with grass and there was very little open water to see. And, you know, now that open water is just likely covered with ice and snow. And it's far away anyway. But we may go in there just in case, because in, you know, last year, sometimes in this stretch, we did see a rough-legged hawk, but I haven't seen one. Haven't seen one here yet. No signs of any hawks in this stretch yet today. We saw one on a few occasions in this stretch here last year. Up in the air, those Canada geese, what are they? Somehow they look a little different. No, they're Canada geese, I think. Yes, Canada geese. A flock of them, nice in V formation. Sorry, this is disappointing. We're not seeing anything, but so I think what we'll do is we'll start making our way back towards Ithaca. I know it doesn't seem late, but it's, you know, we have to be mindful of the time anyway. And I think we'll stop and we'll look for snowy owls on the way. Okay? Okay. just passing the exit of from Wildlife Drive. Pull over and let some vehicles pass us. Starlings? They look like starlings, okay. Clearly, though, not our best visit to Montezuma. See something? Probably not, but I'm gonna look anyway. No, I don't think so. You know, maybe I wonder if the last 2 or 3 years have spoiled us in terms of snowy owls. You know, they talk about but we have seen one, and maybe more will come. I don't know. This is also another good stretch to see rough-legged hawks, but haven't seen one here this year, or at least this season, I should say. I don't remember if we saw any last season here in this stretch. I thought we might have, but I'm not certain. Love to see rough-legged hawks. They're beautiful. I mean, in many ways, they're similar to red-tailed hawks, but they have some different coloration. They also seem to hunt a little bit differently in general than do real red-tailed hawks. Although red-tailed hawks I have seen, hovering over an area. It doesn't seem to be their usual practice. But it seems like that's pretty common for rough-legged hawks. When I saw the one that I did a couple weeks ago, the reason why I noticed it was, just didn't seem like something I would see a red-tailed hawk doing in those conditions and everything. It just didn't seem like it was. So, that had me stopping to take a closer look, and sure enough, it was a rough-legged hawk. Up ahead, earlier on my way coming in, I saw a hawk on a pole, and I assumed it to be a red-tailed hawk, but then I should have turned around and looked more closely because somehow the coloring might not have been quite right. I wasn't sure, but I was in a hurry. If things started up. Anyway, I did not see it just now as I drove back through, so. Some crows flying around on both sides of the road. As I've mentioned in recent weeks, the northern end of Cayuga Lake, it's my understanding that it is shallower than is the southern end. And, depending on how winter goes, we may see, a fairly extensive area frozen over at the northern end. And it's not to say that can't happen at the southern end. I've actually been out on that ice. Couldn't believe I did it. But anyway, I was out on that ice a couple years ago. And, because from walking out from Stewart Park, but that had been, I believe a colder winter than like last year's, for instance. I don't believe there was any ice buildup at the southern end last year. I did just a moment ago just see some look like some white birds fairly well out on the water. Let's take a left turn here. It's something I've never done. Just to look around. I want to see what kind of a view of the water we can get here, if any. Anyway, I did see some white birds out there, and they may have been swans, and they were well out there, but as I said, I've never driven this way before. And I've got trees in the way, but I can just see them. They do look like swans, and they're fairly well out there. Oh, maybe I can get closer to the water this way. Oh yeah, actually there are more swans and maybe some more geese. What happens if I go down here? Can I go down here? Yeah, I think I can. Oh, dead end, do not end. Well, doesn't say you can't get out. Okay, so we have. Just take a quick look because I am in the middle of the road, but let's take a quick look here. Have some mallards. And you can hear there are tundra swans out there. And Canada geese. There are also Canada geese that are closer. What's that up high? I don't know. But you can hear the tundra swans vocalizing. I'll tell you, the swans I recorded on Thanksgiving Day, I wish I had done a better job, but all of a sudden I'm a bigger fan of tundra swans than I had been. To see them like I did, and when they were vocalizing and everything, they were beautiful. All right, we're gonna turn around somewhere and continue on towards Ithaca. More of the swans are taking off, and Some are high in here. I don't know if I'll be able to show them to you or not. No, I don't think the camera will focus on them. But this is, it's nice to know we can come down here. And we may do that again in the future, especially if there's something really worthwhile to see. Maybe I can turn in here. Hopefully not get stuck. It's not one way. May do that again if I spot something in the future on the water there. That might be a good option for viewing it. Let's head towards, I guess, the airport first. We're not far from the airport, and then we're not far from Sable Road after that. The airport, we'll check. I don't have a lot of confidence we'll see anything. In fact, I have just about zero confidence. But we'll check anyway. And then Sable Road, there's a chance. I mean, that's where I've seen an owl this season, and also where one was reported just yesterday. So you never know. To my knowledge, none have been seen yet at the airport, but you never know. Maybe we'll be the first. Maybe we'll find 50 of them there. They really are beautiful birds, though. Definitely worth seeing. You can see, I mean, I don't know if it's if people were caught by surprise, but I mean, like to our right, you can see it. There's a cornfield. It looks like it hasn't been harvested. Unless I'm reading something wrong. Unless they're deliberately leaving it up. I don't know. The same is true at the airport. There are cornfields still up, and as I recall, by this time last year, they were already harvested down to the ground. pull over so this car who's on my tail can pass. So it's right here to our right, where in the past I've driven in, but again I'm concerned about getting stuck because of the snow there, so I'm not going to do that. So I'm not going to get quite as good a look, and with the snow on the ground, you know, it makes for seeing a snowy owl much more difficult. So we're just here to take a quick look around. I guess I'm partially relying on, well, in terms of how much time I intend to spend here, I guess it's partially determined by the lack of sightings of snowy owls here to this point this season. A bunch of crows on the ground ahead. I hate to disturb them. Let me, while we're here, let me just look around with binoculars. You never know. I don't see anybody. I'm not going to disturb these crows. I'm going to see if I can just turn around and continue on to Sable Road. Okay. You know, it's my thinking, especially in wintertime, that, you know, the birds we encounter, they're doing all they can to find food, and they don't need us disturbing them. So if we can avoid it, we avoid it. Let me just look around one moment. Let's keep going. Last year, this little area here was good, not just on that, well, especially that one occasion when we saw 3, 3 snowy owls, but it was also good very often for seeing horned larks. I saw not the posting from yesterday, but I believe maybe it was the day before or sometime this week of a snowy owl at on Sable or near Sable Road. I was encouraged by the type of sighting it was. It wasn't just at the gas well as we've seen it, and it was in another location, and I thought, well, if we're lucky, maybe we'll get to see the same sort of thing, and who knows, maybe we'll get a good close-up, a reasonable close-up. I don't know exactly where that sighting was. But I'd love to have something similar. Like I said earlier, I just want a really good look at a snowy owl. And if we get one, I'll still continue looking for snowy owls, but hoping to get a really good look. To have a good close look with good lighting. Concerned I wouldn't be able to have a tour today. As it turns out, obviously we're having a tour today, so that's good. But birds have been a little scarce. Given the conditions, the snow on the ground and everything, it's not all that surprising. We're almost there. As I'm driving, I am trying to look around. Now, again, when you're driving and you're looking over large areas of snowy field, it's not necessarily easy to see a snowy owl that may or may not be on the ground. Love to get a good look at one for you. Me too. Essentially here. I hear a crow. Let you look out at the gas well, where I see nothing. The sighting from yesterday, there's the gas well right there. And the sighting was actually on the ground. It looked like it was somewhere behind it. This is from yesterday. Today's a different day, of course. I'm going to look around with binoculars a little bit. And if we're lucky enough to see somebody, then we'll take a look. Now, unfortunately, with the way the terrain is, it could be that it's just over a ridge or whatever, and we wouldn't be able to see it. Now, one of the postings earlier in the week had it on like a white, I think it was a white pole, if I remember right. We can take a left turn right here. Drive just a little ways. I don't know what kind of condition this road is in, but let's take a look around anyway. You never know. No idea if it would even travel this way. Hold on one second. Okay. I thought I possibly saw something, but didn't think it was, and sure enough, it wasn't what we're hoping for. together though. I kind of doubt it. I want to turn around. I don't know if I can go that way at all. Stop here for a moment and take a look around. Even though we're farther away from the gas well, in some ways this view is just easier to use for searching than it is than the view is from the road up ahead. I'm not seeing anything though. Who knows? Maybe tomorrow morning we'll see a report that one was seen right where I was looking. I don't know. Let's continue onward. I don't think we're going to see a snowy owl today, unfortunately. Make no mistake, I really was hoping for a good look at one. Hopefully, you know, a lot closer than that gas well. And again, I'm not looking for just you know, a quick look so we can check it off on a list or anything. Oh yeah, we saw a snowy owl today. I mean, I want to see one well. I think we may just close over. Yeah, I think what we'll do is let me pull over here. I'm going to close things up and we'll resume once I'm in Ithaca. And if I happen to see anything interesting on Key of the Lake, maybe we'll resume sooner, but we'll resume. I don't want to bother these hunters who are okay. So it's, let's say, roughly 3:30, 3:45. Okay. Oh, what was that? Red-tailed hawk? I think so. Yeah, it just flew over the road and it's flying on. Hi, hawk. Okay, so roughly 3:30, 3:45, somewhere in there. Okay, everybody, let me see if you received the message. Wires, get out of the way. Okay. All right, everybody. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.